Welcome back to my channel. Today we explore the value of specific coin, the top 5 most valuable USA gold-plated $1 coins value in today's market. So let's get started. First up, the 2015 Bombay Hook Quarter. Specifically the version with the Philadelphia Mint mark, known as the P Mint mark. We'll explore its background, design, and current market value in extra fine condition. The Bombay Hook Quarter was released in 2015 as the 4th coin of that year in the America the Beautiful series. It features a beautiful design showcasing the Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge located in Delaware. On the reverse, you'll see a tranquil scene with a great blue heron and a great egret in the tidal salt marshes, which are iconic to the refuge. The design was created to highlight the natural beauty and wildlife of the area. The obverse of the coin, as with all quarters in the series, features the familiar portrait of George Washington. Originally designed by John Flanagan and used on US quarters since 1932. Now, let's focus on the version struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which can be identified by the small letter P on the obverse side of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. The Philadelphia Mint produced a large number of these coins, so in general circulation, they are not considered rare. However, when we narrow it down to specific conditions, things get a bit more interesting. A coin in extra fine condition, which means it has only slight wear on the highest points of the design and retains most of its original detail, does have some added collector value. In today's market, as of mid-2025, a 2015 P Bombay Hook Quarter in extra fine condition typically sells for around $1 to $2. This value can vary slightly depending on the buyer, seller, and exact state of preservation. Coins with better eye appeal, sharper strikes, or no visible scratches may bring prices slightly above that range. It's important to note that while extra fine coins have some value over face, it's the uncirculated or error versions that tend to bring in more significant premiums. So if you happen to have a Bombay Hook Quarter in extra fine condition, it's a nice piece to hold on to, especially if you're building a full set of the series. Still, don't expect a major windfall from a circulated piece alone. Next up, the North Carolina Quarter issued in 2001. Specifically, we'll focus on the version minted in Denver, which carries the D Mint mark, and evaluate its value in extra fine condition in today's market. The North Carolina State Quarter was released as part of the 50 State Quarters program, launched by the United States Mint. It was the 12th coin in the series and honors North Carolina's entry into the Union, which occurred in 1789. The reverse of the coin features a design celebrating the Wright brothers' historic first powered flight near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. The words "first flight" are prominently displayed, paying tribute to that monumental achievement in aviation history. Like other quarters in the series, the North Carolina Quarter was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Denver Mint coins can be identified by a small D located on the obverse, or front, of the coin, just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. Now, let's talk about condition and value. In coin collecting, the condition of a coin significantly influences its market price. A coin in extra fine, or XF condition, shows light wear on the highest points of the design, but the overall detail is still sharp and the coin maintains a strong appearance. It's not uncirculated, but it is definitely better than average circulation quality. The North Carolina Quarter, with the D Mint mark in extra fine condition, is considered common by numismatic standards. These coins were produced in large numbers. Over 427 million were struck at the Denver Mint alone. Because of this high mintage, the coin is generally easy to find in circulated condition. As of today's market, a North Carolina State Quarter from 2001 with the D Mint mark in extra fine condition is valued at about 25 cents to 50 cents. This means it holds little to no premium over its face value unless it has some form of error or unique characteristic. However, if you come across a North Carolina D Mint Quarter with an error, for example, a double die, off-center strike, or missing elements, the value could be significantly higher depending on the rarity and collector demand. Some error coins from this series have sold for tens or even hundreds of dollars at auction. To summarize, while the standard North Carolina Quarter from Denver in extra fine condition may not make you rich, it's still a meaningful piece of a historic and popular U.S. coin program. It's a great addition to any collection, especially if you're working on completing the full 50-state set. Next up, the 2000 Maryland State Quarter with the P Mint mark. This coin is part of the 50 State Quarters program, which began in 1999 and ran until 2008, highlighting each of the U.S. states in the order they ratified the Constitution or were admitted to the Union. The Maryland Quarter was released in the year 2000 and features the Maryland State House on the reverse. It's the oldest state capitol still in continuous legislative use, and it's located in Annapolis. Surrounding the State House design are white oak branches, a reference to the white oak being Maryland's official state tree. At the bottom of the coin, the inscription reads, "The Old Line State," Maryland's official nickname. The obverse side of the coin displays the familiar portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan. The P Mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Now, when it comes to value, most of these coins were produced in high numbers. In fact, over 1.2 billion Maryland quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint alone. Because of this high mintage, most of these coins found in circulation are worth only face value, 25 cents. However, collectors often seek coins in better condition. If your Maryland State quarter from 2000 with the P Mint mark is in very fine condition, meaning moderate wear but with most details still visible, it could be worth slightly more than face value. As of today, in the current market, such a coin might bring about 30 to 50 cents from a collector, depending on the buyer's interest and the coin's overall appeal. It's important to understand that very fine condition is still considered. Circulated, the coin will have noticeable wear, but all major features will remain visible. It's not until you get into extremely fine, uncirculated, or mint state grades that the value begins to rise significantly. In those higher grades, a Maryland quarter could be worth a few dollars, and in some cases, even more, especially if it has unique errors or is graded by a professional service. In summary, while the 2000 Maryland State quarter with the P Mint mark is a great addition to a 50 states collection, in very fine condition, its value in today's collector market is generally modest, around 30 to 50 cents. Still, it holds historical interest and represents a significant moment in US coinage. Next up, the 1999 Connecticut State quarter with a D Mint mark, focusing on its value in today's market when in very good condition in the world of coin collecting. The United States State Quarters series holds a unique place in the hearts of many numismatists and hobbyists alike. Introduced by the U.S. Mint in 1999, the program aimed to honor each of the 50 states with its own distinct reverse design on the familiar Washington quarter. Among the earliest coins released in this popular series was the Connecticut State quarter, which came out in 1999 as the fifth coin of the series. Today, we're taking a close look at this coin, specifically the version struck at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small D Mint mark on the obverse side. We'll focus on its features, its historical context, and most importantly, its current value in the collector's market, particularly in very good condition. The 1999 Connecticut State quarter features the famed charter oak on its reverse side. This massive tree is a powerful symbol of American independence in Connecticut's colonial history. According to legend, in 1687, when the English crown attempted to revoke Connecticut's colonial charter, Captain Joseph Wadsworth hid the document inside the hollow of this oak tree to protect the colony's autonomy. This historic act made the tree an enduring symbol of freedom and resistance, eventually earning it a place on the reverse of the Connecticut quarter. The obverse of the coin carries the familiar profile of George Washington, originally sculpted by John Flanagan in 1932. Below Washington's portrait, to the right, you will find the mint mark. A D indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, while coins from the Philadelphia Mint bear a P. Now, turning to the matter of value, which is often the most intriguing aspect for collectors. When assessing a coin's market worth, several key factors come into play. These include rarity, demand, condition, and whether there are any known errors or varieties associated with the issue. While the 1999 Connecticut quarter is not considered rare, hundreds of millions were minted. The value can still vary based on its condition and mint mark. Let's break it down. A 1999 Connecticut quarter with the D Mint mark in very good condition is a coin that has been circulated but shows only moderate wear and retains most of its details. Will typically have a value that is only slightly above face value. As of today's market, such a coin might be worth around 25 to 50 cents to most collectors. While that may not seem like a huge return, it's important to understand that this valuation reflects the abundance of these coins in circulation and the relatively common nature of the design. However, there are exceptions. If a 1999 D Connecticut quarter shows signs of a unique minting era such as double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks, the value can be significantly higher. Some error coins from the State quarter series have sold for tens or even hundreds of dollars, depending on the severity and visibility of the error. But these are rare exceptions and not typical for a standard coin in very good circulated condition. Another scenario in which the value can increase is if the coin is in uncirculated or mint state condition. Coins that have been preserved since their release and show no signs of wear, graded by professional services like PCGs or NGC at MS65 or higher, can fetch between $1 and $5, depending on the specific grade and the current market demand. Higher grades, such as MS67 or MS68, can sell for even more, especially if they are certified as exceptional specimens. But to be clear, if you are holding a Connecticut quarter with a D Mint mark from 1999 that has been in circulation and shows typical wear, you can expect its value to remain close to its face value. Coin collectors often seek out uncirculated or error examples when adding to their collections. Unless your coin meets those criteria, it is considered a common collectible with minimal premium. That said, the Connecticut quarter remains a beloved piece of numismatic history, representing not only a pivotal moment in the American colonial story, but also marking the beginning of a bold initiative by the U.S. Mint that brought coin collecting into mainstream American culture in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Even if the coin's monetary value isn't high, its educational and historical value should not be underestimated. In conclusion, the 1999 Connecticut quarter with the D-Mint mark in very good condition is not considered a rare or highly valuable coin in today's market. It typically sells for no more than 50 cents unless it exhibits unusual characteristics or has been preserved in uncirculated condition. Still, as part of the larger state quarters collection, it holds a special place in modern numismatic history and continues to attract interest from new and seasoned collectors alike. Next up, the 2008 Arizona State Quarter. Specifically, we'll be focusing on the version minted at the Denver Mint, identified by the D-Mint mark, and will explore its potential value in the current market when found in extra fine condition. The Arizona State Quarter was released as the 48th coin in the 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 through 2008. This ambitious initiative by the United States Mint was designed to honor each of the 50 states with a unique design that appeared on the reverse of the quarter dollar. Arizona's quarter was issued in 2008, the final year of the program, and it features some distinctive and meaningful design elements. On the reverse of the Arizona State Quarter, we see a dramatic depiction of the Grand Canyon in the background, with a saguaro cactus prominently displayed in the foreground. These iconic symbols of the American Southwest were chosen to represent the state's unique landscape and heritage. The words Grand Canyon State appear across the center of the design, further reinforcing Arizona's identity. The coin's designer, Joel Iskowitz, and sculptor-engraver, Joseph F. Mena, created a detailed and layered composition that stands out among the state quarters for its complexity and symbolism. The coin's obverse features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and adapted for the State Quarter series by William Cousins. The obverse also includes the inscriptions United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and quarter dollar, along with the mint mark, which is found to the right of Washington's ponytail. Now, when it comes to the coin's origin, the Arizona State Quarter was minted at 3 facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins with a P Mint mark. The Denver Mint used the D Mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint created proof versions with an S Mint mark. Our focus in this video is the Denver Mint variety, the 2008D Arizona State Quarter. Millions of Arizona quarters were struck at the Denver Mint in 2008. In fact, the official mintage number stands at approximately 244.6 million coins. That's a very large number, and it means that under normal circumstances, a 2008D Arizona quarter is considered common in circulated condition. However, there are some factors that can influence the coin's value beyond its face value of 25 cents. One of those factors is the coin's condition. When it comes to numismatics or coin collecting, condition plays a critical role in determining value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, which represents a heavily worn coin, all the way up to mint state or proof condition, which describes coins that show little to no wear and often have full original luster. Somewhere in the middle of this scale is extra fine condition. A coin in extra fine or XF condition has only light wear on its highest points. It has been in circulation but has retained much of its original detail and overall appearance. These coins are often favored by collectors, who appreciate both affordability and quality. So, how much is a 2008D Arizona State Quarter in extra fine condition worth in today's market? The answer depends on demand, availability, and any potential unique features the coin may have. As of today, a typical 2008D Arizona Quarter in extra fine condition holds a modest value, generally ranging between 30 cents and $1. This means that in most cases, the coin's value does not significantly exceed its face value. It's worth a little more than 25 cents due to its condition, but it is still considered a common issue for collectors. However, there are exceptions. Some coins may carry a premium due to errors or varieties. For example, certain Arizona quarters have been found with die break errors or doubled images, particularly around the saguaro cactus or the sun rays. These minting anomalies are not found on all coins and can sometimes command higher prices, depending on the severity and clarity of the error. Coins with well-known or dramatic errors can sell for several dollars or even more if they are certified by a grading service, and attract interest from collectors. It's also worth noting that while circulated examples are relatively low in value, uncirculated or mint state coins from original rolls or mint sets can fetch higher prices. A 2008D Arizona quarter in uncirculated condition with strong luster and no signs of wear can sell for between $1 and $3. Depending on its grade. High-grade specimens, certified as MS66 or higher by a professional grading service, may bring $5 to $10 or more, especially if they exhibit sharp details and attractive eye appeal. Nevertheless, for a coin in extra fine condition, circulated, but still visually appealing, the value remains modest. As of now, collectors can expect to pay around 50 cents for such a coin, with prices potentially reaching up to $1 in the right circumstances, such as a particularly sharp strike, minimal contact marks, or part of a matched set. In conclusion, while the 2008D Arizona State Quarter in extra fine condition is not considered highly valuable, it is still an important part of the 50-state quarters collection and a beautiful representation of Arizona's natural heritage. For collectors building a complete set or those interested in state-themed designs, it holds value beyond dollars and cents. It tells a story, it represents a place and time, and it contributes to the broader picture of American history captured in coinage. Whether you're collecting for fun, for education, or with an eye on long-term value, the Arizona quarter is a piece worth holding on to. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting content. See you in next time. Happy collecting!